Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you are returning, if you are new, welcome. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I do a acrylic sign. This particular sign is going to be for my engagement party. So I already took the plastic off the sign, the piece of acrylic, but this is it. This is the skew. It's 18 by 24. I got it from Lowe's, and this is what it looks like right here. All right, so I have a few paint brushes. I have my paint and my Mod Podge. I have these metal flakes because I want to try to add these. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It was $8.99. I want to try to add these. I just played around with it a little while ago, so I should be able to do it. I have my decal here. So I have it cut in 3 pieces. I have painter's tape, and then I have some Windex. I just use the Windex to clean my surface, so I've already done that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape my sign to this cutting mat. So I find when you're doing decals, especially big ones, or anything that you want to try to line up perfectly, I find it easier to use a cutting mat or something of the sort, because it already has the lines on it, so it helps a lot. So this is 18 by 20, so my middle point is going to be 11 inches. So when I do my decals, I kind of like fold them in half to get my middle point. So here's my middle point where it's folded at. So I'm just going to play around with it like where I want it. I probably should have made this a little smaller, but that's neither here nor there. So yes, I think I'm gonna do it kind of like that, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the big piece on. So I'm going to get some painter's tape, and I have it lined up where I want it. It's centered, I think. Maybe not. It's kind of crooked, I think. All right. So I have it lined up where I want it, and I'm just going to put a piece of painter's tape down. Like that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back my transfer paper, and I use the Magic Shelf transfer paper. You can get it at Dollar Tree, Walmart. Dollar Tree has this other one too. It's not Magic Shelf. I forgot what the name of it is, but I don't like it. It's horrible to me anyway. I don't like it. So we're just gonna pull this back like so. Come on here. Alright, so we're going to pull it back, right? And then we're just going to take our scissors, and we're going to cut this. And try your best not to scratch up your acrylic. And of course, you can do this with glass. Yeah. So then I'm just going to slowly, I'm doing this kind of sideways, so just gonna slowly lay it down. Like that. I have a bubble right there. There you go. Alright, so we have that side. So now I'm going to go over to this other side, and I'm going to take my tape off, because now since I have this down, this transfer tape will hold it in place. So I'm going to take my tape off, and I'm just going to peel this back. Oops. Nope. Because I want it to stick to the paper, the transfer paper. like so. No, I don't even really work with vinyl a lot, and this is why. This is why. Alright. So, now that we have that done, I forgot to pull all my tape off. But anyway, you can just wiggle that from under there, like so. And then you just lay it down like you did the other side. I'm dropping everything. Just smooth it out. Smooth it out like that. Alright. Then you can peel off your transfer tape. Uh-oh. So that's that one. So then I'm going to put this at the top. We are engaged. Let's celebrate. Got a few bubbles. So when you're pulling your transfer tape off, try to go slow and smooth it out as you go. And then that will prevent you from having all these bubbles. But you can always go back in and pop them out. Alright, so I have this one, and again, I've already folded it in half, and I know the way I have this on my mat, the 11-inch mark is my halfway point. So I'm just going to peel this off like so. I could have did this one like I just did the other one, but I figured that would take too long. And plus it's not as big, so I have it folded so I know where my halfway point is. And then just gonna put it on like that. Smooth it out a little bit. Like this. Then fill off my transfer tape. Okay. Alright. And then I'm going to do this one just like I did that one. I have it folded already. And I think I'm going to bring that down some. I have it folded. It's already folded. So just going to peel the backing off. Y'all, it is freaking hot. I'm in the house and I'm hot. I'm sweating. Well, not sweaty, but I'm hot. I should not be hot because my air conditioner is on. I might got to turn it down some. I keep it on 74. I don't know, some of y'all probably say that's hot, but normally 74 works. It's normally not 100 degrees outside, so. What's the temperature where you guys are at? We were supposed to have a heat wave yesterday. It wasn't as hot. It was like 94. It There's supposed to be a heat wave yesterday and a thunderstorm. I don't know why my daughter want me to shout her out. Like, nobody even knows her. She's not famous. Nobody knows her. But she want me to shout her out. Shout out to my daughter, Christiana, or CJ, whatever you want to call her. I got that stuck on my dang on thing. Y'all, I just messed it up. Trying to shout her out. Now I done messed up. I done ripped my letter. I done ripped my dang on letter. So I'm going to have to get another letter. A letter K. All right. So I'll get that after a while. So I'm just going to put this on here like so. I'm going to put our names on that line right there. All right. So I put it on that line. That's gonna make it easier when I get the letter K, because I ripped the letter right there. So I'm gonna have to do a letter K. All right. So all right. So that is done. So now let's do the back. Now we got the front done. So on the back, we are going to so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove our plastic. So they have plastic on both sides, preventing from being scratched up. I'm going to put a little Windex on there. Clean it off. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these on here. So what you do is, according to the directions, this is my first time doing it, and I did it a few minutes ago just to test it out before I actually wanted to put it on here, because I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing. So I'm just going to put a little Mod Podge in here. Oh, that was a lot of Mod Podge. And I'm just going to, I don't really have like a specific way I want to do it. I was just going to do it in the corners, but I think I'm just going to scatter some all throughout the back. So you just put a little Mod Podge on there, and then you have to let it dry. You have to let it dry, not completely dry, but let it dry. So I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes, and then I'll be back. All right, so I am back. I have let that dry for a few minutes, and then what I'm going to do, first of all, this stuff is very, very messy. So I don't really know, y'all. It's very messy. I don't even really know what to do with it, honestly. So you just put it on, like kind of like, I don't know, it kind of like breaks up. And it's sticking to my brush this time. I don't know why. All right, maybe I gotta just place it on and let it sit for a minute before I brush it. I don't know. I don't remember what I did the first time, honestly. I just know I want these silver flakes. But it's very, very messy. You could just put it on and then you press it down. That's what I did earlier. I put it on, I pressed it down, and then I like brushed the excess off. I think that's what I did. I don't know. It's sticking. It's like in chunks too. I don't want it to be in chunks. So I'm just gonna press some more of these on, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like. All right, so this is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna take my brush. First of all, this stuff is messy. Well, not my brush. I guess I'll just rake it off with my hand. All the excess. So that's what it looks like. All right, so let me grab something to clean this up, and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so this is what it looks like. I cleaned it up as much as I could. I thought I cleaned it up, and there's more on my dang on table. So I made sure I cleaned it up really good once I'm finished, because so this stuff is very messy. I don't know how I'm gonna like that, but anyway, trust the process, right? So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put paint on it. So we're just gonna paint the back. So I'm just going to just squirt some paint on the back like so. And I'm going to take my sponge brush and I'm just gonna paint. So I'm painting like in a diagonal. So clearly some of them are not sticking, because that was a piece right there. So I guess I have to watch how I paint it so it don't go flying everywhere. All right. So my intentions are not to paint. Well, my intention is I'm not gonna paint the entire back. I just want to make sure the area where I have the vinyl is covered. I don't know, y'all. I ain't feeling this right now. So I guess we'll see once it's done, right? So that's one complete coat of paint. So I'm just gonna hold it up and see what it looks like. Okay, it don't look too bad. I'm gonna turn it sideways so you guys can see. I'll bring it closer. So I don't think it looks too bad. I'm gonna put some more paint on that side because I still have to do another letter K. So I'm gonna let this coat of paint dry, and then I'm going to do a second coat, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Depends on how it looks once it dries. So we'll let that dry, and then I will be back. All right, so this is what it's looking like. I'm gonna have to do another coat of paint because you can see through the acrylic right here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some more paint on the back, and I mean, it's looking okay, I guess. I don't know. Still, like they say, trust the process. I think it turned out pretty good. Those flake things, they're just really freaking, they're messy, very messy. I don't know. It wasn't what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that. But anyway, so I'm just gonna do one more coat of paint. Hopefully, one more coat will do, and then I will show you guys the finished product. So this is the finished product. It turned out pretty good. I could have added some more flakes down here at the bottom, but it turned out pretty good. And I could have added some more flakes around the top, but all in all, it turned out pretty good. So this is the second one I have done. The first one I have done with those flakes. So I'm gonna show you guys the first one I done really quick, and let me know what you think about that one. All right, so this is the first one I did. I definitely like this one so much better, with the flowers. And I just used the command strip. I'm gonna turn around really quick and show y'all. I'm always outside on my back porch. So first I tried to use the pool noodle to put on the side, but it kept falling off. So I got a piece of styrofoam, the styrofoam block, and I put the command strip, the little front and back, the Velcro pieces on there. And that's how I stuck it on. Of course, you can see this from the back, but ain't nobody got no business around there in the back looking at the dang on, looking at the sign. But I did see somebody, I think it was on TikTok, where she actually used the pool noodle, and I guess hers stayed on, but mine kept falling off. So again, this is the first one I did. I like that one a lot better with the flowers. So until next time, you guys have a great one.